Comparative adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives can give us information such as the size or age of a noun. Adjectives can also tell us someone's opinion about a noun or describe how someone is feeling. We use comparative adjectives to compare two people, places, or things. Comparative adjectives tell us how one noun is different from the other. For example, she is taller than him. This painting is more beautiful than that painting. My brother looks happier than my sister. How are comparative adjectives formed in English? It depends on how many syllables the adjective has. For one-syllable adjectives, we add er to the adjective. For example, short becomes shorter. If the adjective ends in a consonant-vowel-consonant pattern, we double the final consonant before adding er. For example, big becomes bigger. For two-syllable adjectives that end in y, we change y to I and add er. For example, hungry becomes hungrier, and noisy becomes noisier. For adjectives that are two syllables or more, we use the word more before the adjective. For example, modern becomes more modern, and expensive becomes more expensive. Some comparative adjectives in English don't follow the usual rules. For example, the adjective good becomes better in the comparative form. Bad becomes worse, and far becomes farther or further. The most common sentence pattern for comparative adjectives in English is subject plus verb plus comparative adjective plus than plus object. Let's look at some examples of comparative adjectives in a sentence. The blue house is bigger than the yellow house. Rock music is better than classical music. My dog is lazier than my cat. The singer is more famous than the actor. My boots are more expensive than your shoes. Look at the adjective. Say or write the comparative adjective. For example, tall, taller. Now you try. Superlative adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives can give us information such as the size or age of a noun. Adjectives can also tell us someone's opinion about a noun or describe how someone is feeling. We use superlative adjectives to compare three or more people, places, or things. Superlative adjectives tell us how one noun is different from the rest. For example, she is the tallest girl in the group. This painting is the most beautiful of all. He is the happiest student in my class. How are superlative adjectives formed in English? It depends on how many syllables the adjective has. For one-syllable adjectives, we add the and est to the adjective. For example, short becomes the shortest. If the adjective ends in a consonant-vowel-consonant pattern, we double the final consonant before adding est. For example, big becomes the biggest. For two-syllable adjectives that end in y, we change y to I and add est. For example, hungry becomes the hungriest, and noisy becomes the noisiest. For adjectives that are two syllables or more, we use the words the most before the adjective. For example, modern becomes the most modern, and expensive becomes the most expensive. Some superlative adjectives in English don't follow the usual rules. For example, the adjective good becomes the best in the superlative form. Bad becomes the worst, and far becomes the farthest or the furthest. The most common sentence pattern for superlative adjectives in English is subject plus verb plus the plus superlative adjective plus object. Let's look at some examples of superlative adjectives in a sentence. The blue house is the biggest house on the street. Rock music is the best kind of music. My dog is the laziest pet in my house. The singer is the most famous member of the band. These boots are the most expensive shoes in my closet. Look at the adjective. Say or write the superlative adjective. For example, tall, the tallest. Now you try. Thanks for watching.